Welcome to Project Mary. We're exploring the many titles of the Blessed Virgin Mary, one title each day. New Marian titles are released Sunday through Friday at 3 p.m. as YouTube Shorts, but every Saturday we bring them all together as a weekly recap here just for you. Did you know the Catholic Church has more than 1,000 titles for the Virgin Mary? This is day number 1 of 365 Marian titles, 1 minute at a time. One of the oldest and most important titles is Theotokos, and it means God-bearer or Mother of God. Back in the year 431 at a church council in the city of Ephesus, Christians were arguing about who Jesus really is. Was he just a holy man? Was he divided somehow between human and divine? And the bishops made something very clear. If Jesus is truly God and Mary gave birth to Jesus, then she is rightly called the Mother of God. Not because she existed before God, not because she created God, but because the child she carried is fully divine. So when Catholics say Mother of God, we're actually defending who Jesus is, true God and true man from the very beginning. And that title has been honored for over 1,600 years. And that's just one of the more than 1,000 Catholic titles given to Mary, which honestly makes me wonder how many more we've never even heard of. Did you know the Catholic Church has more than 1,000 titles for the Virgin Mary? This is day number 2 of 365 Marian titles, 1 minute at a time. The Immaculate Conception doesn't mean Jesus' birth. It actually refers to Mary herself. The Church teaches that from the very first moment of her life, Mary was kept free from original sin by God's special grace, so she could be a pure dwelling for Jesus. Think of it like this. You prepare a spotless room, a spotless house for an important guest that comes to visit. Well, God prepared Mary. The idea was widely believed for centuries and was defined as dogma in 1854, which basically means it's official church teaching. For Catholics, the Immaculate Conception points to just how powerful God's grace can be. And that's just one of more than 1,000 Catholic titles given to Mary. Did you know the Catholic Church has more than 1,000 titles for the Virgin Mary? This is day number 3 of 365 Marian titles, 1 minute at a time. The Assumption, that's the teaching that at the end of her earthly life, Mary was taken up body and soul into heaven. In 1950, Pope Pius XII officially declared it dogma, but believers celebrated and prayed about Mary's special destiny long before that. The point is simple but powerful. Our bodies matter to God, and Mary's destiny shows the promise of resurrection for all of us. It's not just about Mary being honored. It's a reminder that human life, body and soul together, is meant for eternal life with God. And that's just one of more than 1,000 Catholic titles given to Mary. Did you know the Catholic Church has more than 1,000 titles for the Virgin Mary? This is day number 4 of 365 Marian titles, 1 minute at a time. One title you'll hear is Mary's Perpetual Virginity, which means Mary is called a virgin before, during, and after Jesus' birth. The Church has held this belief since the earliest centuries as a way to point out just how uniquely God acted in Jesus' birth. It's not a cold legalism, it's a way of saying Mary's life was completely given over to God's plan. For many Catholics, this helps emphasize the miracle of the Incarnation. Jesus entered the world in a way that was wholly God's doing. And that's just one of more than 1,000 Catholic titles given to Mary. Did you know the Catholic Church has more than 1,000 titles for the Virgin Mary? This is day number 5 of 365 Marian titles, 1 minute at a time. Our Lady of Guadalupe appeared in 1531 to an indigenous man named Juan Diego in what is now Mexico. The story people love is that Mary left an image of herself on Juan Diego's cloak, and that cloak is still on display in Mexico City. Guadalupe became a huge symbol, not just of faith, but of cultural identity for millions in the Americas. She's often described as a protector of the poor and the unborn, and her image sparked large numbers of conversations in the early colonial era. For many Catholics, Guadalupe is both deeply spiritual and deeply personal. And that's just one of more than 1,000 Catholic titles given to Mary. Did you know the Catholic Church has more than 1,000 titles for the Virgin Mary? This is day number 6 of 365 Marian Titles, 1 minute at a time. Our Lady of Lourdes appeared in 1858 to a 14-year-old girl named Bernadette in a small grotto in France. Mary identified herself as the Immaculate Conception, and a spring began to flow at the site. Since then, pilgrims have visited Lourdes seeking healing and many reported cures that drew church investigation. The message was simple: prayer, penance, and humility. The grotto is now one of the world's most famous pilgrimage sites, and people still come to touch the water or light candles for loved ones there. And that's just one of more than 1,000 Catholic titles given to Mary. Thank you for joining me on Project Mary. New Marian Titles posted Sunday through Friday at 3 p.m. with a weekly recap every Saturday at 3. On iACT, you'll also find church tours, rosaries, liturgical music, and much more. Please subscribe, share, and leave a comment. God bless.